Turning to the news now, we are approaching 1 month since the U.S. and Israel launched joint attacks on Iran. Now we are hearing your thoughts. WBIR put out a survey last week. More than 1,400 of you responded. Earlier today, I spoke with 10 News reporter Ellis Rold, who looked at that survey, started breaking it down to see what your thoughts and opinions are when it comes to the war with Iran. Ellis, thanks for popping in here to break down this survey for us. I'm looking at the number of responses. More than 1,400 people took the time to fill this out. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, we've put out surveys like these from time to time. You know, we have done ones on vouchers, things like that in the past to really hear what the community wants us to focus on. And I think this is one, whether you want to call it the most popular, but the most filled out in recent months for people who are scanning that QR code when it comes across and wanting to fill it out. Yes,
and the responses, we want to dig into those. So let's go ahead and look at the first question. We won't go through all of them, but the ones that really stood out. Number one, how closely are you following news about the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran?
Yeah, we're looking at about 60-ish%, a little over, following very closely. So people care about this. Obviously, we are asking people in East Tennessee. A lot of people are getting their information, they say, from national news, but a big majority of our viewers, and then even, you can see here the somewhat closely, it's the vast, vast majority of people are either following very closely or somewhat closely. So people really care about it.
And that next question, where are they consuming their news? It definitely looks like national news, which would make sense.
Right.
We do have some coverage of it in our national sections within our local news, but national news definitely appears to be taking up that space for sure. Okay, this is what I found really interesting. How concerned are you that this war could affect your daily life? We're talking like gas prices, cost of living. A lot of people very concerned.
75% very concerned. We asked about gas prices, cost of living, like you mentioned. People are worried that they are going to directly feel the impacts. And then, Robin, if we go to just the next question, vast majority of people, that's, almost 90%, have already noticed financial impacts. So that's higher gas prices, grocery prices, which if you go to any gas station, you're really going to see the increase.
It's painful.
Yeah.
It is painful. And I'm just looking at the number who 1,293 said, yes, they are feeling the impact. And once again, that's out of roughly 1,400 people who took part in this. So the vast majority. What's your takeaway from this real quickly to wrap us up?
I think it's just interesting to see, we really have a big majority of people, they're not really split on this issue. A lot of times when we put these surveys out, we sometimes see a partisan split, things like that. But it's really, for a lot of these questions, the vast majority of people they're worried about prices and they're worried about how this is going to affect their daily life and don't want to see the war continue.